What's up, world? It's been about a good 3 weeks or so, 3, 4 weeks maybe, since I've put out any kind of material. Been a little busy somewhat. Started a new job about 2.5 weeks in, something like that. Still doing my training. It's going cool so far. It's a job. Got to make money. Got to do what you got to do. And other than that, I've been on my anime tip heavy. I've been rewatching Rurouni Kenshin since I never actually finished it when I was younger. So I started from episode about 31, and I'm currently at 66, I believe, of 95 total episodes. So definitely been enjoying that. Also been watching Archer on Netflix. I finally took the time to sit down and start watching it. And after the first episode, I thought it was kind of but I gave it a couple more chances, and after about 4 episodes in, I could say I was definitely a fan. And now I'm currently on season 3, and all of that has nothing to do with what I'm about to talk about. Hold on, tea break. I don't know what it is when I do these type of videos. I feel like I have to have tea for some reason. But anywho. Checking my phone. I'm sorry. This is completely blog unprofessional, but whatever. But yeah, anywho. I guess this is a topic I've kind of wanted to avoid for a long time, but figured might as well get it out the way now. This whole topic of rejection and how we deal, or how I think the best way to deal with rejection is. I'm no relationship expert by any means, but I am a professional when it comes to rejection, unfortunately, but fortunately at the same time. Gotten a lot better with it, and I've realized it's not as bad as we always make it out to be sometimes. In actuality, it can be a good thing. I think actually it can save you a lot of unnecessary headache depending on how you look at it. I'm definitely one of those people that believes, reality is based on perception. If you look at things in a negative way, it'll be a negative way. Excuse me. And your reality will in turn be negative. But I like to look at things as, even if it is negative, you can, learn from it somehow, and you can flip it into somewhat kind of a positive outcome. What was I gonna say? I'm gonna be pausing a lot in this video, to be honest. I didn't really plan this out too well. I just kind of wanted to put something out, so excuse me if I pause. I didn't make a game plan. No X's and O's for this video. I'm just gonna kind of ramble and go off the top of my head. But oh yeah, what I wanted to start with. So I would say I'm 24 now. I would say from years about 16 to 21, maybe 22ish. Like a lot of people, I dealt with rejection in like the typical way. You meet somebody, you like them, you start talking, blah, 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 blah. You feel some kind of way, you want to feel out if they feel some kind of way. So, you digging a little deep, you ask them, how they feel, about you. That's the golden question that we all want to know. And then more often than not, you get that nice dreaded answer of, you're just a friend, or, you're nice, but ... insert random nonsense that you really don't want to hear. And then you kind of go into this mode of just this crazy, like, over analyze mode, where just because somebody doesn't feel a certain way about you, that you got to completely, re-analyze your whole self. You look at them and you come up with all these crazy scenarios in your head. And like everybody else, I did the same thing, you pretty much make a mountain out of nothing. You think it's a big deal because you like the person, but after a while, at least what I've realized, I would say from 22 going on 23 up till now, I've developed what a friend of mine has called dehydration, which I'm pretty sure we've all heard the term thirsty, which is, used to describe, a dude, or can be a chick, either or, who's, kind of hounding you in a way, and it don't take no for an answer. And I don't mean that in a good way. They're persistent even when, you make it clear that you don't like them. And apparently from age 23 to 24, I developed the complete opposite of that, of where, as it was explained to me, I don't try hard enough. And, I can say that's maybe kind of true, but I like to look at it as, it's not that I'm not trying hard enough. It's that as I've gotten older, I've learned to quit while I'm ahead. And which is something I think we all should try and do. Because with this rejection thing, if you're somebody who's been rejected constantly, if you're paying attention, you got your radar on, got your ears on, you should be able to see it coming. A lot of the signs are the same, even with different people. It's just that half the time, we aren't paying attention. We're not looking at red flags. It's not too hard to read to tell when somebody's not really that into you. And I've just learned to just pick up on signs, and it's the little things. At least for me, it is. Some people wait for the big moments. For me, it's the real little small, minute details, but they really do make up the big picture. Most of the time, it's when I feel like I'm making, I'm making 90% of the effort to try and get to know this person, and they're not even meeting me halfway, not even meeting me a quarter way, And, back in the day, even if I felt they weren't trying to meet me halfway, I was still persistent on, trying to make it work. And we create these kind of, I don't know, we create just these false realities in our head when, it's a lot easier to just accept it like, this person is not enemy. And for some reason, everybody has a hard time believing that someone isn't into them, or they can't fathom why, someone wouldn't be. And then, like I said, you go through that overanalyzation process again of, oh, they're not into me, why aren't they can't appreciate this, and they don't like that about me, blah blah blah, she only likes this kind of guy, blah 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 blah. And at the end of the day, man, it doesn't really matter at all. And it could be true. That person might not appreciate you for whatever reason. Maybe she does like, dudes who, aren't, good by your standards. But at the end of the day, what does it really mean? She doesn't like you. That's the bottom line. That's all there is to it. And it doesn't matter why. That's the worst thing that I've looked back and can say I've done, is you spend so much time trying to figure out why. And the truth is, it really doesn't matter. You went in to find out if she liked you or not. You got your answer. It might have been an answer you didn't want to hear, but you got your answer. And that's it. End of story. You can't force it to happen. It'll never work that way. She doesn't like you. You drop it. It's over. I know I'm making it sound simple. Things get, a little complicated when you get emotions and people's feelings and all that, blah, blah, blah involved. But at the end of the day, you just got to stop and realize, hey, I tried to get them to meet me halfway. They didn't want to meet halfway, So what? That's it. There's no, I don't know, it's like people are looking for some golden answer that just isn't there, If you meet them and they don't like you, that's the end of that. And that's just how I've learned to deal with rejection. You can't spend your whole time just kind of just moping around about it. That's one thing. Like I wish some people could, if you could just see like a video camera of yourself of like what you look like when you do stuff like that, and you realize how much time you've actually wasted. You're moping around about this person, and they're probably not even thinking about you one bit. And life is just kind of rolling on by, and you haven't done a thing. You've been in a standstill for so long because you're still worried about this one person. And all you're doing is just wasting time every day. When in reality, I look at it as, they did you a favor. You went and got your answer. They told you they didn't like you. So now you know who not to go after. Now you know that that's not going to work probably, no matter how hard you try and make it work. That person isn't into you. So that's one less person, that you have to worry about. But unfortunately, a lot of us can't see it that way. We're too determined to. Oh no, it's not like the movies. Dude tries 1,000 times to get the girl to like him. She doesn't like him, and somehow and then, some golden moment happens, and then all of a sudden, they fall in love. Blah blah blah. It's never happens like that. It's real life, man. It just doesn't work like that. She didn't like you in the beginning. She's probably not gonna like you later. So just deal with it. It's not that bad, to be honest. And like I said, I know I'm probably making it seem easy, but for me it is, man. You gotta learn to let stuff go. You spend so much time and energy fighting for nothing, to be honest. I've seen so many people, and I can't even say I've done so many people. You get so irritated and you're so angry for so long. Person makes you could just see that person make a post on Facebook, and it'll just piss you off. And you're thinking the whole time, I should have been with them. You see their relationship status change, and you're looking at the dude's page like, man, this is what I got picked over for. This is who beat me out. And at the end of the day, man, you're wasting so much time and energy. Call it dehydration, which is what my friend called it. Maybe I don't care enough, but it helps me deal with this a whole lot better. If they don't like me, then, yeah, they're lost. At least that's how I look at it. Makes me feel better about myself. And you might think that's, egotistical, but I can tell you it's a whole lot better than thinking of it that way, than just moping around your whole life, pondering just, I don't know. That's such a weird state you get in when you get rejected. Your mind just it starts to form all these crazy, just oftentimes just irrational thoughts. Tell you, man, best way, just put it down and just let it go. I promise you, it's definitely not as bad as you're making it. One day you'll have that moment when you'll look back at yourself and you'll probably realize how stupid you looked. Crying and moping around over this one person who probably doesn't spend, more than 2 seconds a day even thinking about you. If even that's even being generous. So, next time you get rejected, at least you gave it a shot. That's all that matters. Tried your hardest. Life isn't always supposed to be easy, what can I say? If we all got everything we ever wanted on the first try, what would even be the point? So, I'm pretty sure I didn't articulate this in the best way possible. As I said, I didn't pre-plan this out. I usually write notes before my videos. I didn't write any notes with this. I'm too tired to write notes. It's been a pretty long day. I'm probably going to go back and watch some more anime and download this mixtape that I've downloaded. For anybody who's a Black Dynamite fan, they just released, I ain't gonna say they, it's an unofficial mixtape, but they have an unofficial mixtape. I won't put the link in the description. You can Google it and find it, but I'm gonna download that and give that a listen and try and enjoy my night before I have to go work in the morning. So yeah, in closing, rejection isn't all that bad, man. Suck it up. Yeah, you'll live. It's definitely not the worst thing in the world. And I'm running about 15 minutes too long now, so gonna end this video. Catch y'all next time.